or do not. There is no try. We all know that's Yoda, right? But there's a lot of other hard quotes in Star Wars, and we're going to test our knowledge. We're bringing back our game called Who Are You?, where we give Star Wars quotes, and we have to figure out by guessing who may have said them in any of the Star Wars movies. So welcome back, everybody. This is the Resistance Broadcast. I'm John Hoey. Thank you so much for joining me today. Yes, we do games on the podcast, too. I know last week we had a pretty crazy discussion. It got serious, it got tense, but we like to change things up all the time on here. So we're bringing back one of our favorite games, and we hope you play along. So we're going to get into some fun, but we also have one of our familiar segments, Will of the Force. It's back. It's coming back. But first, of course, let's say hello to James Bainey and Lacey Gillerin. Guys, are you ready for Who Are You? And more importantly, how you guys doing? How are you? Just as people.
I saw a really good movie this weekend. It was called Solo, and I'm hoping they do a sequel to it. Hi, I'm 90% of America.
Well done. That was one of your better hellos. Yeah. Lacey,
Nice.
how you doing? How do you follow that up?
I usually don't follow anything James says up very well at the beginning of these shows. I've realized I just kind of say hi and then we move on. So,
Yeah. Okay.
hello.
Okay.
I hope I don't lose.
All right. Well, first, let's do a warm up by not playing a game and talking about will they, won't they? And we have a Star Wars quote that sends us into that, and maybe you can guess who says it. So let's send it over to James for Will of the Force, and you can guess who says the line.
I fear nothing, for all this, as the Force wills it.
Cheer
Pretty
it.
sure that was C-3PO. Dang it!
How'd you guess
already
that?
got ahead.
Jeez.
I was thinking a while ago that we should be keeping track of what we say on Will of the Force, and we can write it all down, and then we'll call that the Journal of the Wills.
I don't know if we want to do that.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
All right, but we got, as per usual, Will of the Force this week with 5 questions, 2 of which are from patrons. So if you guys aren't a patron, think about joining in there, and then you can start submitting questions. But we got the first one coming up here. The question is, if Palpatine is to return in any way in the Rise of Skywalker, it would appear he discovered the secret he and his master Darth Plagueis longed to find, which is immortality. With that in mind, will Darth Plagueis be mentioned at all in the movie to round out that story? Lacey, you're first. Darth Plagueis?
I'm already failing the quote game because I'm trying to remember the quotes where if he was mentioned in the prequels. I'm pretty sure he was. I'm going to say yes, he will be mentioned because there has to be some explanation to why Palpatine is still around, and it has to stem from his own master as well. So yes.
John, what do you think?
Lacey, have you ever heard the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise? It's not a tale the sequels would tell you. No, yeah. I think he will be mentioned. We talk a lot about.
We agree.
We agree. We talk a lot about Operation Cinder. I think we talked about that on Monday. Will that be mentioned, or something? But Plagueis makes a lot of sense to me, even just by a mention, like you say, the world building thing, James, tying it in without having to spend too much time on it. That makes sense to me. So I think he will be mentioned. Darth Plagueis, yeah, I think so.
I'd hate to put on the tinfoil hat, but do you guys remember like back in the day when like they asked on like a panel, about Darth Plagueis, and then there was like they use it as evidence for that was definitely Snoke. Do you remember this? They asked shoot, now I can't think of his name. Lawrence Kasdan. About Plagueis. Do you remember this at all? You don't? Neither one of you guys? You're not giving me anything? Okay.
No.
Somebody in the audience asked about, is Snoke Darth Plagueis or something like that? And he was like, and then he like looks at JJ and like there was like this thing and he's like, what? Pizza? or something, and JJ like jumps in and he's like, he's joking around, he's messing around. No, he's not Darth Plagueis. And everybody kind of used it as evidence of like they were thrown by the question. I don't know. I almost kind of wonder if JJ did have that in mind and it never played itself out, and that he's like, oh, well, I'm going to go back to that. And if he didn't have it in mind, I wonder if now he's like, dude, people did not shut up about Darth Plagueis. I wonder if there is a way to bring in Darth Plagueis, and then people will be like, yes, it wasn't Snoke, but yes, some resolution there. So I don't know. I almost kind of think he will.
Hey, Darth Pizza?
Yeah. What? It really was.
I need another pool.
If it's not about Han Solo, and I don't care.
Yeah. All right, the next question coming to us is from a patron. This one's coming from Commander Mark at Decline Awakens.
Awakens.
Mark.
Awakens. Mark wants to know, will a live-action Star Wars scene ever be filmed at Galaxy's Edge?
Ooh.
John, you're first up on this.
No, it will not. It's a theme park. That's what it is. It's not a movie set. So I don't think Disney needs to cut corners that badly. So no, I don't think that would happen.
Lacey, they went and put all this money into making a theme park as realistic as they possibly can. Do you think they would ever consider it film worthy?
I think it could be shot on film because it is such a beautiful park, and they have done like screen ready sets. Kind of, That's how Disney is. Do I think they're going to, or will they? Probably not. I think it's a cool idea, Mark, but I don't think that's going to happen because, one, they would have to close the park, and that's money they're losing. And the amount of money they spend alone to just like have energy run that day, like the electric to run rides, they'd be losing money to use the park to shoot anything. So,
a lot of coaxium to run the park.
Yes, and fireworks displays and everything else. Like, there's so much money that goes into just one day of Disneyland or Disney World. So, no, I don't think they ever will have a movie or a scene play out in Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah, I think Lacey nailed it exactly, as they would have to shut down Galaxy's Edge, and it just makes so much more sense that if they ever did want to do it, they would just probably build a replica. They built a replica they built it at Disneyland. They're building a replica for Walt Disney World. They're building a replica for Disneyland Paris, and who knows, they might do it elsewhere as well. The big thing for me is I just don't think that the realism of having everything connected is that important to most people for a fact to later be like, no, they actually filmed it at the real Batuu, I think if they're going to have a beat in any movie that's like, or a TV show or something that's like from Batuu, they would just shoot it in a random diner and call it Batuu, I don't really think it would be that important for them to lock everything together. So that's 2 for 2, guys.
Did we all agree on both?
On both. Yeah.
Noise.
So far.
What is going on here?
I don't know.
Noise.
That's all we
Some
do is agree
fans-
with each other on this podcast. Crazy.
Yeah.
Never.
That's a shout out to my friend Jackson. He's like, I wish you guys wouldn't agree so much. And I was like, do you listen that often?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, cut to last week.
Listen to last
Yes,
Thursday's episode.
Yeah.
There you go.
Some fans are sour about how he went out in The Last Jedi, but his memory lives on. Luke Skywalker... Oh, no, I'm sorry. Will Admiral Ackbar be mentioned or talked about at all in The Rise of Skywalker? Lacey, this one's back at you. Your guy fishing over there, the only toy sitting on the edge.
I love that you guys find that so funny because I positioned him like that on purpose because I thought it was funny.
Admiral
Can you
Fishpole.
explain to because most of our audience are audio, can you explain in your
Yes.
best way what he looks like right now on your shelf?
Sure. So I have a 90s, it's kind of a Barbie doll size Admiral Ackbar that I got from an estate sale like
It's
5 years
Malibu
ago.
Ackbar.
Yeah. And he's wearing the outfit. Actually, there's a photo that Celebration
He's
uses all the
wearing the
time
outfit.
from 2015 where this Ackbar cosplayer is holding an Ackbar. That's my Ackbar in that photo. So
Nice.
if you ever see that floating around, that's my man. He's sitting on my shelf, but as John put it, it's like he's sitting on the side of the bay. It's like he's sitting on a dock, like just enjoying his vacation in Mon Calamari heaven, because he was done dirty in The Last Jedi. I stand by that statement. That was, he went out like a bad Italian restaurant calamari, just fried.
Sitting on the Ack of the Bay.
You're the
John,
worst.
do you
Anyway,
think...
wait, I didn't get to answer. So,
I thought that all was your answer. He was done dirty and...
He was done. No, because the question is, do you think he'll
Will
be
he
mentioned? I
Okay.
think he will be mentioned because, as we talked about on Monday with the new comic series, there is a Mon Calamari on there. I guarantee that's either his son or his nephew or someone that's related to Ackbar. So yes, he will be mentioned as a hero of the rebellion, and that's why the Mon Calamari will jump in to help the resistance.
John, do you think they're going to talk about Gale?
I think they are going to mention Admiral Ackbar in The Rise of Skywalker. And maybe if they don't directly talk about him, there's a new ship named after him, just like Radis.
You have been saying that.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Maybe the Ackbar, like everyone wanted Admiral Ackbar to be the one doing the Holdo maneuver. Maybe they do another maneuver and it's in the ship called the Ackbar. And they're like, there you go, fans. That's what you wanted. Now shut up.
Yeah, I think the ship thing is...
Because you're kind of telling me to shut up when you say that.
No. Oh, you wanted Ackbar to be the one doing that?
Well, no, but I didn't want him to die. Sorry,
Yeah.
James. Go ahead.
Yeah. Sorry, James. Yeah.
No, I mean, I think, again, we're agreeing 3 for 3. I think he will be mentioned, but I don't know, but I feel like you're right. It's almost like they don't mention him. They just kind of like mention the ship that's named after him or something, you know?
Yeah.
Like kind of give him that I feel like it's funny because the way they talk about him in the movie, he's kind of mistreated. But if they did the exact same thing in The Rise of Skywalker, then it would be like, okay, he got a little, they showed him a little love, you know? Because on the second subsequent movie after his death, being mentioned also is another way to show like that they care, they are aware that this was an important character. So yeah, I do think some sort of mention. Also, too, by this point, the war hopefully will be over. So there might be like a breath of fresh air where they can like, you know, kind of talk about something, maybe mention some of the lives lost or something. I'm not really sure, but I think you guys are right. The next question is also coming from a patron. This one from Commander Darth Dave.
Love Darth
Welcome,
Dave.
Darth Dave.
Yeah. I feel like Commander should have started with a D because he's got so much of that alliteration going on.
Yeah.
But Darth Dave's question is, will we ever get a continuation or expansion of the Qi'ra story, be it in a Solo 2 film or series or anything other like that? Hashtag make Solo 2 happen, of course.
Yeah.
John, you want to start this off since you got the opposite of my shirt going on? Do you think we're going to see Qi'ra?
I do.
R2?
I don't know what Emilia Clarke is really up to. Now that Game
She
of
did
Thrones
a Christmas
is over.
movie.
Yeah, so she's on Hallmark.
Hallmark.
Great.
No, it's not Hallmark. It's a full movie that's released to theaters by Paul Feig.
Who?
I think I'd prefer Hallmark.
They're releasing a
just
Christmas
kidding.
movie with her in it and Henry Golding from Crazy Rich Asians. It looks amazing.
What's it
It's
called?
It's a
Holiday?
romantic comedy. No.
Oh.
I could Google it if you want me to.
That's all right. I think she will. I think we'll see more of Qi'ra in a solo series or something like that. It sounds good to me. So I've been pushing Solo 2. I think she would need to be involved in some way because I would think they would want to get Darth Maul back in there.
Last Christmas.
Last Christmas?
That's
it's
what
so
it's
funny
called.
because I was just about to say, like, what is it, like solo Christmas? Like,
Wait, is it about the final Christmas?
No, it's no.
is Luke in it?
It's time for the Christmas.
I told you, Henry Golding's in it from Crazy Rich
Right.
Asians, and it was written by Emma Thompson.
Excellent.
And it's based
excellent.
on the George Michael song, Last Christmas, I Gave You My Heart. That one.
Great.
You asked what she was
that
doing.
song-
That's what she's doing.
So do
That
you
song
guys
never
think
made sense to me. I hate that song.
Qi'ra
I actually
will
like that song, but the lyrics make
continue
no
with
sense
the
to me.
expansion with the story?
Am I up?
Either
Yeah.
one of you, I guess, right?
Well, first of all, I didn't get the Make Solo 2 Happen memo that was apparently sent out to the group to wear
It was
your
a part of my
shirt
long
or-
form handwritten calligraphy letter and message in a bottle to James.
Oh, well, I didn't
Yeah.
get that. But I'm there in spirit. Well, here in spirit with the Make Solo 2. Anyway, yeah, so Qi'ra will have her story continued. I think she was such an integral part of who Han Solo was, and it left it into a place where everyone was like, what does this mean? Because she went to meet up with Darth Maul. Is she getting trained by him? Does she have force? Like, there's a lot of questions that were left wide open that we can't have Make Solo 2 happen without Qi'ra.
Mhm.
So yes, we will see her story continued.
Yeah. Again, this is like 4 for 4 this week. I don't know
going
what is going on. Yeah.
Group hug.
Nope, don't touch me.
But I think they just set Qi'ra up. I don't know. It just seems like they have this story in mind that has to be told, and the people that are involved with it, it's just gonna like scratch at them, you know, itch until they can scratch it, is what I mean to say.
Yeah.
Including, I'm sure, story group people, because they've probably heard it and they know the direction that it was going and they okayed it and they liked that. And then right now it's just put on the shelf, and it's like I feel like they'll eventually
Or is
come
it?
back to this. Yeah, on the shelf. I just said.
Like
Oh, you said,
Ackbar.
or is it?
I said, or is it?
Oh,
Yeah,
I
As
thought you
in
said,
the
where is it?
answer. May surprise.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Before we do the last one, ask me this. If I have this pen and I give it to somebody else, and then they, on the very next day, give it to somebody, a third party, how do I have the ability to give that again to somebody else? I don't own it anymore. I gave it away. Then they gave it away. It's out of my reach.
The Resistance broadcast, where we make analogies to try to explain George Michael Christmas songs.
Yes, it doesn't make sense. This year,
Last Christmas.
to save myself from tears, I'm going to give the thing that I already gave away and was subsequently sold off. I'm going to give it to somebody else. I'm going to give it to somebody special.
I love that
meaning
song.
that person wasn't special when I gave it to them. Clearly, they were special. So
Everybody
giving it to somebody
comment
special
right now
doesn't make any sense either.
With a Christmas song that you think
I'll
is
give
better
it to
than Last
someone
Christmas.
special.
Leave it in the
Yeah,
comments.
there you go.
Great.
You know what's sad though? He died on Christmas, and all the headlines were like "Last Christmas."
Who?
The guy that wrote the song.
George Michael?
George Michael's dead?
Is he dead?
Am I wrong?
Hold on. Let me.
You guys are both surprised, so I'm like,
Is George Michael dead?
Oh my god.
25th, 2016 at age 53 in Boring-on-Thames.
He died 3 years ago.
On Christmas?
On Christmas.
December 25th, 2016. Yeah. He died on Christmas. It was like the day after Carrie Fisher or something, right?
He had.
Oh, maybe that's why I didn't
He
remember.
had a heart attack. Wow, I didn't even know he died. Wow.
Yeah. And then all the headlines were Last Christmas.
Well, Lacey,
Oh,
I
that's
guess.
terrible.
Lacey, now I guess when next time James says something like that, we gotta have faith.
I love Limp Bizkit. I don't know how they're relevant to the story though. All right, finally, we're going to get to that last one, guys. We promise. Let's get through this. Rule of the Force. Promo images show C-3PO wearing Chewie's bandolier and holding his bowcaster in the Rise of Skywalker. Will 3PO engage in a battle/combat in the film? John, this one, I think is starting with you, right? Yeah, starting with you.
I hope not. So I'm going to say no. I want to think. I'm thinking Return of the Jedi. Set a diversion, make a distraction. 3PO, like, were you looking for me? That type of thing. That sounded like Borat. That was weird. Very nice. Hey, forest troopers, look over here. I think no. I hope not, because that makes me think of like Attack of the Clones 3PO, and I did not like that 3PO. So I'm gonna say JJ's smarter than that, and I keep saying that. Maybe he's not, but the answer is no from my camp over here.
All right,
but what
Lacey,
the hell do
you
I
think?
know?
I'm also agree and say no, he will not engage in battle. I think if anything, I don't even think he'll be a diversion because he's not that outgoing to do that. I think it would be more of like they have to go into a scenario like into a cave or into someone like go see Jabba the Hutt and they have to get rid of all their weapons before they can enter, kind of like Han and Qi'ra and Solo where they have to drop everything off. So they're like, here, wait here, hold this and this and this, and you wait here. Because like he goes, well, I'm not going in there. Like I could see C-3PO saying that, like this is a bad idea, and them saying, okay, well, hold the stuff then.
Yes, I like that.
So no, he will not.
I know something you guys don't know, and that's whether or not this was a full agreed upon Will the Force segment.
Unlimited power.
I'm going to channel my inner C-3PO.
Now we got to cross that
my
quote
golden
off
rod. What would C-3PO do in this scenario? And the answer is no. He will not be going into battle or combat.
Round! We just had a perfect round.
Goodness.
Perfect round. That is
Drinks
crazy.
on me.
If anybody
Really?
thinks like
No.
they agree too much on this show, that's literally never happened.
Yeah, I think that might be our first.
So-
Yeah, I wish we had enough money
That's
where
the
we could
record
have
book.
we could hire someone to be our like historian or archivist.
Yeah, and
Like a
that one
side
would
producer?
be one to go in the
Yeah.
Journal of the Wills for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Perfect round. That's what I don't even know what else to say. Good job, guys.
Well, all that's left
That's
is to go to the pod race, right?
Yep, that's it. We're moving on to the pod race.
All right, guys. So the pod race is from our Patreon page, which you can support us if you'd like. It's a way to get more content from us starting at $2 a month at patreon.com/resistance broadcast. So what happens is if you're a general, one of the lucky first generals, you have the opportunity to be a part of the show. So this week we have Len, who is answering a question for us. And that question is, what is the one thing that would completely jaw drop shock him if it happened in the Rise of Skywalker? Let's see what Len said.
Lynn here from the Southern Division of the Resistance. The gang wanted to know what is the one thing that if happened in the Rise of Skywalker that would be completely jaw-dropping. I could go with Kylo Ren and the First Order are actually the good guys, or Redemption, or possibly R2-D2 or C-3PO or Chewbacca dying. But just imagine seeing our big three walking into the throne room of the second Death Star and the ruins of the Death Star, and then the Emperor's chair slowly turning to reveal Chewie babes. I think at that moment, most of the audience will have chills and will be cheering and clapping and going bonkers. But regardless of what happens, it's going to be a great movie. I'm really looking forward to it, and may the Force be with you.
All right. Nice, Len. Len goes through all the possibilities here. John, what do you think?
Yeah, like you say, he kind of runs through all of them there. I don't know, and I kind of feel like Len here, where it's like, well, if that happened, or if this happens, or if this happens, or if Kylo does this, if Kylo dies, if Kylo turns good, it's like my head is spinning just as much as yours, Len. And you touched on all of the beats that I kind of felt. So I'm kind of with you there. I think this whole movie might shock me. So I don't know, but I do think based on I don't know if Len heard the Kevin Smith thing, but maybe the final shot of the movie will jaw drop me based on what they were saying.
Will
I don't know
melt your mind.
But as always, Len, you do such a good job with these things. So thank you so much for taking the time, sending them in. And as always, I love the frame posters behind you, as you can tell.
Absolutely. James, what do you think?
Len, this was a funny one for me because the first ones you gave as examples, I could say this, I could say this, I could say, all of those to me are like, yeah, that would be pretty wild because most people don't think, like Chewbacca is going to die or R2-D2 is going to die or something like that, right? So I were going through and then there was this big setup and it's like, there they are in the room, the big three, the throne has its back. It slowly starts turning around and I was like expecting, in my head, I'm like, what's the most shocking thing? Like, is it going to say like Darth Jar Jar or something? But it was who you would expect to be sitting in the chair, wasn't it? It was jaw-dropping in the sense of like, oh my God, there he is. But when that chair is turning around, there's only one person you expect to sit in it. So I was kind of like, oh yeah, Chewie babes. Yeah, that's exactly.
And Len using Chewie babes.
That too, yeah.
Perfect.
It's so good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, man.
Len, you did an awesome job. I love how you ran through all the options. I love that you said Bendemption. Right there for it.
But putting it in the like shocking.
I know. It's not going to be shocking when it happens,
category.
Len, but
No.
I accepted the fact that he said it and I ignored whatever he said. I was like, oh, he said it, so it's valid. No, but I agree with you that once, even if we know Palpatine is coming or Chewie Babes is coming, it's still going to be shocking to see on screen, and I hope we do get that payoff. But you did an awesome job. Thank you so much. And now we're going to head into the Who Are You game. I'm a little
already
nervous,
in the process of
but
clearing my mind.
Yeah. John, do you want to take us into this game? Who are you?
Folks, they call me a lot of things on this podcast.
Do they? What?
Some good, some bad. But now I'm the host of the host in the podcast. As I'm hosting a segment, it's just crazy what's happening here. It's incredible. And
It's so meta.
welcome back, though. This is the Resistance Broadcast's game show, so to speak, and we call it Who Are You? We've changed the game format a bit here, though. So each week, one of us will host this segment. Not each week. Each time we do this, Who Are You? One of us will host the segment, and the other two will face off. So I've come up with 9 quotes from Star Wars movies. They've all been vetted by George Lucas himself, and I'll say them to James and Lacey, and they'll have to reveal who they think said the quotes. Now I'm gonna say 1, 2, 3, reveal. They're both gonna say it and show me a little piece of paper at the same time, so we know that they're both guessing. Not changing their guesses. Each correct answer is worth 2 points. Now each of you gets 1 hint throughout the whole game. And if you want that hint, what is going to happen here is I will reveal the movie that quote was in, and you'll both have the opportunity to use that hint, but you each only get to ask for it once during the game. Okay?
But you're risking giving it to the other person, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Right. You both get heard the movie, but you only get to ask for it once. So use it wisely. And at
Unless
the
you want to
end,
text it to the person.
My phone died, or else I would have thought about that.
Oh, yeah.
Really prepared.
Really prepared here. Hey, we're like the rebellion, right? So the person with the most points at the end will be today's winner. We want you guys to play along as you're listening and watching, and let us know in the comments how much better you did than us, as always. But have a good time with it, because we love doing this kind of thing. And when news is slow, we're going to keep this game going because it's evergreen and we can have a good time, especially when the Rise of Skywalker comes out. We can add those quotes in, like Palpatine saying, "Do it." Obviously that's going to happen. But don't worry, guys. If they do tie after 9 rounds, I have some backups. So we'll
You have a
break the
sudden
tie.
death?
9 rounds.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yep. So the question
I'm
remains.
so nervous.
Who wants to? Well, you both go at the same time. So you guys ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who wants
Okay.
to go first?
Who wants to go
Was that
first?
right? You haven't thought this through at all.
I haven't. I have not. But here we go. I do
Alright.
have. I do have the
God,
quotes.
the anxiety. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Round 1. Quote 1. Here we go. Your thoughts dwell on your mother. Thinking about it. I see them both thinking.
Oh no.
Deep in thought. They both had their eyes closed for a while, like Jedi meditating. This is
Oh
interesting.
man. Oh man.
And let me know when you guys are ready. I know the people at home, some of them are screaming. They know this answer. They're like, what are you guys doing?
Okay, I'm ready.
James, let me know if you need a second. I'll give you a second if you need a second.
Um,
Now, these are quotes from Star Wars movies.
Ahsoka Tano.
Yeah, Caddyshack 2 does not count. No
Okay.
Bill
Dang
Murray
it.
films.
it sucks because like I know who says it, and for some reason I can't think of his name
Okay, can't pull it.
or
Are you-
her name.
Do you guys want to reveal your answers on the count of 3? And you have to say it and then show me who you wrote.
Oh, I got it.
Okay. Ready?
Now I think I'm wrong. Crap.
Okay. James,
Okay.
are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So the quote is, your thoughts dwell on your mother. 1, 2, 3, go.
Yoda.
Kiadu Mundi.
Ki Adi Mundo.
Yeah, no, it's
You didn't
yeah, I
write it
don't
right,
know.
but you said it right.
Yeah, it's
Ki
Kiadu
Adi
Mundi.
Mundi. Yes. So James gets 2 points. That is from the Phantom Menace, and that is Ki Adi Mundi talking to Anakin.
Lacey, if it makes you feel any better.
Oh, thanks.
And Yoda was the next person to talk after that because Anakin said, what does that have to do with anything? And Yoda says, everything.
Yeah. You know what's actually
Frank
I was
Oz was
like,
so over the top.
I wrote Yoda, and then I remembered I saw an image where somebody put Keanu Mundi, and he goes, your thoughts dwell on your mother, and Anakin responds with, my thoughts dwell on your mother.
Right. Okay.
See, if I saw that meme, I would have gotten that question right.
All
Yeah.
right. Quote, round number 2. I'm sure a lot of you guys did well out there. Hit the comments up. Let us know if you got that right. Okay. Ready, guys? Round 2. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay. The only thing you need to learn to do is to do what I say when I say it. I can repeat it.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if people out there know this one because it sounds like, a lot of people can say this type of thing in Star Wars. It's a very Star Wars-y type of quote. So I'll read it again. Here we go. Quote, the only thing you need to learn to do is do what I say when I say it.
I felt confident about answers before, but I think
I'm
I
stuck
knew.
between 2 characters.
Really?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is Yoda one of them?
No.
Hey. I know we're a civil game here, but there are rules. We can't be brainstorming.
Imagine with this the whole time we brainstorm, James.
You guys are just texting with each other. You're like, let's just
No,
tie.
but I think it's funny because like Yoda wouldn't even say that. He'd be like,
The backwards way to say it.
What
yeah.
I say, do what I want you to. I don't know.
John, can you say it one more time?
The only thing you need to learn to do is do what I say when I say it.
I'm stuck between 2 characters. And it's going to kill me if it ends up being the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll give you
That's
guys
how I felt last round.
10 seconds to write something down.
There's a time limit?
I don't know. I'm sure the people out there are like, all right, let's get this show on the road, folks.
Okay,
Like, I know
calm
it
down.
or I
It's
don't
been like
know
a
it.
minute. Okay, I'm ready. I'm just going to, I'm going with my gut this game.
James, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, now.
Princess Leia.
Beckett.
James is right.
Dang it!
Oh, wow. This might be the day of Banny. Yes, Beckett says it in, of
To
course,
Han.
Solo, a Star Wars story. And you know what's
I
funny?
don't know. You might want to ask the people who wrote the Stormtrooper thing what other movies Beckett's been in.
Yeah. That's true. I heard he was in.
Beckett, The Last Jedi.
Yeah, he was in the Clone Wars. You know what's funny? Like when I read that quote, I'm like, I could totally see Han saying that, and him being.
I
his
was stuck
mentor.
between Han and Leia.
Yeah, Leia says something similar.
In A New Hope, she says something to Han like it just.
She goes, "I don't know who you are, but do what I say." And Han's like, "I only answer to one person."
That is the exact scene that popped in my head. So that's why I went with Princess Leia before everybody at home goes, "Aren't you the Make Solo 2 happen person? Why don't you know that?"
Well, clearly you're not.
Okay.
Because look at me and John right now.
Are we colluding?
I'm just kidding.
I quit.
All right.
I quit this game. I'm done with it.
Oh boy. Okay. That's the spirit, Lacey. That's the spirit. All right, ready for round 3, guys?
Yeah.
Here we go. That wasn't a laser blast. Something hit us.
Really? Oh my God. And you're saying I'm picking random quotes.
I think a lot of people will know this.
Can you say it again?
So I know exactly what it is,
Mhm.
but then I'm like, oh, but who was the person that said
And don't
the line?
forget, if you guys want
I don't
the
need an
hint,
explanation. I need you to read the quote again.
I'm just reminding you that you're allowed to use a hint. Let's all calm down.
I don't need a hint.
Let's all calm down with the spiciness. We're not on Kessel here.
I'm not being spicy.
Okay. The quote is, that wasn't a laser blast. Something hit us. I know a lot of you out there know this. Some of you might be stumped. It's a tough game. It's a tough game.
I'm stuck between 3 people.
It's kind of funny. I'm pretty confident it was one person, but it's definitely sitting in my head where if you said it was any of the other people.
I'm going to go with the one that I don't think it is, just because that's how this game has been going.
You know what's funny? When I was coming up with these, I'm like, they're going to know all of them. Because it's just how that is when you...
Now watch, it's going to be...
Yeah.
For the one time, it's going to be my first gut reaction. That's going to be the answer.
All right. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
All right. 3, 2, 1, now.
Cassian Andor.
Han Solo.
Is it Han Solo?
James is right.
That was my first answer.
Empire Strikes Back when they enter the asteroid field. Yeah.
I am not even kidding. That was my first answer. And I was like, but it can't be Han Solo. John wouldn't choose Han Solo. That's such an easy answer.
I 100% knew that it was the asteroid scene going in, with the laser blast thing.
I'm getting slaughtered.
I was sitting in my head. I was like, is it Princess Leia?
Right now,
who else was there that could have said that?
Lacey is feeling like a room full of kids and Anakin walks in.
Okay, first of all, that's mean because this is supposed to be
Didn't
a fun
you say
game.
there's like 9?
Second of all,
questions.
I literally just told you that Han Solo was my first guess, and I changed my
Right.
answer because you're being tricky. So go ahead.
Yeah. You just said I'm being slaughtered, so you're doing
ahead.
this to yourself.
Go ahead.
Okay. The round 4. Are you guys ready?
We're literally sitting here.
Round 4. Okay, here we go. Always remember, your focus determines your reality.
Am I giving? Can you guys hear my marker?
Yeah, I'm clicking
no,
mine.
not really. It's okay.
Okay.
Always remember, your focus determines your reality.
Oh my God. I'm gonna.
Who said it?
I'm not a very competitive person, but I might want to get into Lacey's head a little bit and go. I'm pretty confident I know this one.
Oh my God. This is the game of James, the guy who hasn't won one yet.
That's
I
why
would
I'm
just
never
like to
competitive,
start-
because I don't want to be wrong and be like, oh,
Sure,
I was so confident. And then
Yeah.
I would just like to state that I started this show saying that James was going to beat me. I said that.
Yeah.
So, okay, go ahead. Ready? We ready?
Okay.
you got it written down?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, now.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Qui-Gon Jinn.
James is right.
Damn it.
Holy cow, he's 4 for 4.
That's a midichlorian speech.
Yeah.
So you've had 2 Phantom Menace quotes, a Solo quote, and then an Empire Strikes Back quote.
Yep, all Star Wars movies.
No, they're all
that's a good
movies that
hint.
I don't know very well, with the exception of Solo.
Well, it's a good hint
You
that
said
maybe
you watched
some
Solo like
upcoming
500
one.
times.
I just said except Solo. Thanks for listening.
Oh.
Next.
Man, you're getting really
Law of
spicy
Averages
here.
says we might be getting some sequel trilogy questions.
John
soon.
would never because I would know them.
Okay, well, we'll see. All right, here we go.
This is it's like reverse psychology. Is like John gonna prove her wrong by doing a sequel trilogy question now? All right. Is that a hint? I don't know. All right. You got
Well, because of you, now we have a chance.
it? Ooh. Well, because of you, now we have a chance.
I have a gut feeling on this one. It popped into my head immediately, and now I'm like debating because everyone that I've said is my gut feeling I go with, and then it's wrong.
John, you should keep talking. Let's think for a second.
Okay. So, right now we're in round 5. James with an early 8-0 lead. The quote is,
Such a jerk.
well,
You're
because
such a jerk, John.
I have to update the audience. That's their part of this. There's nothing to do with you. I'm not taking sides. Everyone, take it easy. The quote is, well, because of you, now we have a chance. All right. Contestants are thinking. James is looking
I'm going
off
with
into
my
the
gut.
distance. Lacey going with the gut. James deep in thought here. Now James with the lead can probably take a risk. And I wonder who out there knows
Please
this
be
one.
right. Please be right. Please be right.
Okay, here we go. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
3,
Oh my God.
2, 1, now.
Poe Dameron.
The best. Enfys Nest.
James is wrong.
Am I right?
Ah!
Lacey's right. Lacey's on the board.
Is that from Laura Santeca?
Yes,
He has the thing and he goes, now because of you, we have a chance.
that's correct. Lacey on the
Guys.
boif
Force Awakens
Yeah,
is my
you're right.
jam.
You know what's funny about that is I was stuck on that being the last line in a movie. It was the first line of the movie, but for some reason I was like sitting on it's one of the last lines, like, well, because of you, we have a chance, and then that like sets up the next movie. But man, that's why I was like stuck. I was like, it's not Last Jedi, it's not Force
James,
Awakens. It's
I
not.
just
and then the
panicked when
Enfys
you-
Nest line made sense to me.
When you held up Enfys Nest, I just panicked because I was like, that does sound like something she said to Han Solo, and I just panicked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, go.
Adam Odell, where are you at? I need you to prove that was Enfys Nest too.
All right, so now we are through 5 of 9 rounds. The score 8-2. Both players still have their hints, and we move on to round 6.
When does it get to the point that I can't win?
Yeah, do the math. We have 6, 7, 8, 9, 4 more rounds. That's 8 more points. So James
She
only
could
up by
get 4,
6.
She could get 6. She could
Yeah.
get 8, and then she could win. Yeah.
But I have to get every single one of these right.
No, James can miss everything, and you can get 3 out of 4 right. There's options here.
Oh.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
Round 6.
I'm always bad with that math.
And especially the biggest point of this is we're doing Star Wars quotes, and everyone out there is listening and watching and trying to get them too. Okay, here we go. In that case, be extra careful. Go and find her.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought I had it, and then the end of that quote got
Even
me.
when I read this quote, I'm like, man, that sounds like this person could have said that. And I know the answer, but it's, I think it's one of those quotes, once you hear it, you're like, oh, yeah.
Can you
So
say
read
it again?
In that case, be extra careful. Go and find her. Who said that? Who are you? What's the name of the game?
I feel like I know the era,
Mm-hmm. See, this is a tricky one,
but not so much the movie.
Yeah, I think it's one of those quotes where it's like you hear it and you're like, oh, it's this person, and then it dissipates from your mind, and you're like, wait a minute, who is that? I'm curious what you guys out there think. Did you guys know that? Do you guys know this one? Let us know. Let us know what you guys think, and let us know how you're doing in the comments in the first half of the game here so far. But as we're entering well into the second half, we have, again, this quote. In that case, be extra careful. Go and find her.
I'm going to go with my gut again.
Okay. James? Have you written anything down yet?
I'm wrong.
Okay. You both?
Lacey?
I think I'm wrong too. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Remember, you guys still have your hints.
No.
This could be the downfall.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, now.
Kylo Ren.
Padme.
You see, you're both wrong.
Is it Hux?
It's Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh my God.
So does it? I thought Obi-Wan too. Is this to Anakin?
Yes.
Is it about Padme?
No, it's about the changeling.
Yes, that's what I thought to begin with, and then
He
I was
said,
like,
and I think she's a changeling, and he's like, okay, then in that case, be extra careful. Go and find her. And he goes, where are you going, Master? And he goes for a drink. It's Attack of the Clones.
It's funny. That scene even came in my head to begin with, and I was like, there's no way.
Yeah.
All right.
It is funny because I think the thing was I recognized the go and be extra careful thing, but I couldn't place
her.
I couldn't place like what it was that sounded familiar. I was like, okay, then that means that the character would have to have said something that was like extra dangerous. Well, it's going to be guarded by a lot of people, and then the response would be, well, in that case, be extra careful. And I couldn't figure out where that scenario was happening. But yeah, it makes sense what you said.
Okay.
All right, next up.
You found something.
Really? Mr. Lacey chooses terrible quotes, and you literally just chose the exact quote that I would choose. And
Everyone knows this quote.
Really?
I would have gotten this quote. I guarantee most of our listeners will probably know this one.
Can you say it one more time?
To be honest with you, this one seems more familiar, but I still can't quite place it.
You found something. It's round 7 here. Score 8 for James, 2 for Lacey.
God. Oh my God.
Oh man.
You found something. Who said that? I really think there are the people out there know this. I have confidence in that.
I'm going to take the hint.
I almost was there too. I was like, Lacey, you want to go for the hint on this?
Okay, so
we both dropped to 1. Does that make any sense?
Yes, we both do.
Here's the question about that. So we're in round 7. If Lacey takes the hint, you can't win the game.
It doesn't matter. I took the hint.
I didn't give it yet.
Well, no, not necessarily.
Yeah.
You can do a sudden death.
You won't tie if James gets 0 points from here on out and you get the hint one and the next 2 right.
I won't tie or I'll win.
You won't tie.
No, you wouldn't be able to tie with me if you took the hint on this and got 1 point and I got 0.
Right.
And on the next 2 questions, you got 2 and 2 and I got 0 and 0.
Right.
The end result would be less than 8.
So in other words, if you want to win, you can't take a hint.
Oh.
I know Lacey, but she also wants the hint. She wants to win, though. She's not
I'm not going to win. I've already recognized that. I'm too far deep into
you can
losing.
fold. You can fold and get the hint if you just want to get the question right. I don't care.
What's the quote again?
You found something.
You found something.
I'm just gonna go with my gut. Whatever.
And,
James?
No.
dude, I've gone through like 4 different people, and I'm just writing a name at this point, like the most current. All right.
Ready?
Yeah.
3,
I'm literally just writing a name
2,
too.
1, now.
Anakin.
Darth Vader.
James is right.
Yes.
Well, technically, Anakin is Darth Vader. Therefore, I am also right.
We can accept that answer
Why not?
because it wasn't Anakin Skywalker. It was Darth Vader's first line in The Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
But technically,
Lacey,
he is Anakin.
I'm gonna quote Ray right here. Don't do this. Don't go this way.
All right, leave messages in the comments if you think that I should have gotten this question right because Anakin is technically Darth Vader. Therefore, I am correct.
Well,
Just
here's
like
what's
if
funny.
I put Ben Solo for Kylo Ren, it's the same person.
No, it's not.
Lacey, how about we give you 1 point? We give you half a point for it.
I don't want your charity, James.
But I was gonna say if you take it, that means you lose.
I don't want your charity.
I was gonna see if I could get her to like TKO herself.
Oh boy.
All right, next question.
All right, 1 second.
Well, this is a lovely, quiet podcast.
Dun, 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 dun. Let's
Okay. Ready?
Just really hosting it up right now.
Here we go. Hey, don't be mad that you're losing. All right?
I'm not mad. I'm having
here
a
we
great time.
Sure. All right, here we go. What do you know about the Force?
I have a gut feeling, and I don't know if I should go with it.
Yeah, that's me too. Like the first name that popped into my head, I'm like, did they say that?
I'm going with my gut.
Oh,
What
actually,
do you know
it's-
about the Force?
Which, by the
Feels
way, I've
more
said
right
that
to
every
me
round,
longer.
and my gut's been wrong the majority of the time.
Do either of you
Lacey,
think?
go with your gut, not your butt.
Do either of you think you like? Was that? Have any of these quotes been like, "Bam, I know that"? Like James, I felt like early on you had a couple of those.
Yeah, the Beckett one I knew like right away, and then there was another one. What was the other one that I knew?
I don't know. I'm ready.
Oh, Qui-Gon Jinn. I knew that like right away. I was like, oh, that's the speech he has with Anakin about midi-chlorians.
Okay. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you seemed like you had that one pretty quickly. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, now.
I
Luke
forget who I wrote.
Skywalker.
Oh, that's right. Luke Skywalker.
You're both correct. Ding, ding, ding.
Yay! He said it in Last Jedi to Rey, right?
That is
Yeah.
correct. That is
Oh, look.
correct.
Another sequel that I know.
Woo! She knows the sequels. John asked him.
James is having an elite level performance, though. I have to say, I'm very.
I only
impressed.
missed one, right?
You've missed.
No, I missed two.
Yeah,
I missed two.
but this talk about redemption arc. James Baney winning his first matchup in decisive fashion, sweeping the nation here.
Okay, not sweeping. I've gotten 2 right.
I said sweeping the nation. I didn't mean literally sweeping the game.
You were going to say sweeping the competition.
No. Nope.
Last one.
Okay.
Stop.
Last one. You're confusing peace with terror.
Ugh, this is a
Oh.
freaking prequel quote.
Who are you? Thinking about it, Prequels, sequels, spin-offs? Definitely not from an animated series. So it wasn't a
And that's a wrap on this game.
Do you know this one?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Pretty sure.
So this is our final round. I'm curious to see how everyone out there did, though. Because
If he was that quick to get it right, it's definitely a Rogue One quote.
I was literally just about to say.
James, you give it away.
To give you a hint without giving
I don't
you the
need your hints. I don't
I'm
need
just
'em.
saying.
the answer
Just
may
think
surprise
about how
you.
quickly I got it.
Did you guys think these quotes were hard?
Can you
medium?
read the quote again?
What do you think? The quote was, "You're confusing peace with terror." Like, how do you think the
thought
audience
it was a good mix?
How do you
for
think
sure.
the audience would address take the questions? If you had to guess.
Well, generally, I'm not good. So I think I'm more average. So to me, there were ones that I knew right away. There were other ones that I didn't get right. And there were a couple in there that I was like, oh, dang, man, that's hard.
Right.
So I feel like it was a pretty good wash on this.
For some reason, I'm doubting that I know this person's name or not, and I know it. But
I hate when that happens. That happens to me too.
I'm also qualifying the person's name with who they are. On my answer? Okay.
She's like, is it Master Zoda? Is that it?
Oh,
Master
God. Now
Zoda?
I'm doubting myself because it could be the other person.
Trust your feelings.
I'm going to trust it. Okay. Trusting
Okay.
my gut. That's been wrong so far.
Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Ready?
All right, everyone out there ready? Here we go. Our final answer
no.
for the game.
She's changing it.
Okay. Ready. No, I'm not. I forgot a letter.
Final answer for the game. Round 9. 3, 2, 1, now. Say it. You gotta say it.
Galen
Erso?
Galen Erso.
Jin's dad.
Yes, you're both correct. Galen Erso
It's
is the
Ian,
answer.
by the way.
That is correct.
So
It
I
is-
had
know how to
Gale
spell
with
it.
no N and Jin's dad, and then I was like, oh no, N.
okay.
Yeah, Galen is fine because he's the only Galen, so we know who it is. That's fine. Because if you said Urso, I couldn't accept that because we know there's multiple Ursos. You see what I'm saying here?
So I pictured the beginning scene of the movie where he says that, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I thought,
To
oh my
Krennic.
God, wait, does her mom say that? That's why I panicked.
Oh, yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah.
There is a Gale, though, to call back to the beginning of this episode.
Yeah, right.
That's why I was like, no. And I had to write the
Ackbar.
N in.
But Galen, just the one.
Galen
Okay.
Ackbar.
So our
Proud
final
I went
score-
out with a point.
Yes.
Congratulations to James Baney on his first ever win in Who Are You? He is on the board. So the final score in
The Golden Mall.
9 rounds was James had 8, 10, 14 to 6. 14 to 6. Good job to both you guys. Again, you listeners out there, let us know how you did in Who Are You? We hope you enjoyed it. Most importantly, that's what it's all about, having a good time. And I hope you found the quotes fun and, not too hard or whatever.
So now
But,
we've all
good
won
times.
once.
Yeah, I think that's true. We had a couple ties too, right?
Yes, but
Yeah.
we've all won once.
All right. Do you guys want to hear real briefly the other quotes I had on the docket?
Not really.
You could save
Save
them.
them for the next one.
Okay. Well, next time I'm playing. I'm entering the ring.
So is it going to be you and James then?
We can do
I
that.
wasn't sure if it would be winner hosts.
Oh, actually, yeah, last
or winner
time-
plays.
Last
I don't
time.
know.
Oh, you want to? Yeah, we should rotate.
But then
always.
I would have hosted.
Right.
Wait, what? I don't know.
I
We'll figure
won
it
the
out.
last time.
I think last time it was just Lacey and I played last time. This time you two. So next time, yeah, I'd play James. Yep. All right. So that is it, guys. That takes us to Resistance Transmissions. Yes, it's back, baby. Last week we didn't do them because of our discussion. So we're going to send it over to Lacey now to get into your quips. And these aren't necessarily movie quotes, but they're quotes from you guys, and we love those. So Lacey, take it away.
All right, guys, it's time for Resistance Transmissions. So how this works is every week, John puts up a crazy, wacky situation. And then you guys give your answers to that scenario. And I haven't seen the scenario, even though this is from a week ago. I never looked at it. So I'm really showing John that I appreciate his notes because I clearly read them. So, yeah. Okay, so the situation is, what if Snoke's name was actually an acronym for something? Something? If so, what would it be? What is the best acronym you can think of for SNOKE? All right. The first one was sent by a lot of people, but this one got the most likes, which was from Zach Alexander at Mr. Movie 12:01 a.m. And he said, Sith no one knew existed.
That's pretty good.
That could mean a lot.
Is he a Sith, though?
No.
Oh.
But it could mean...
Well, we don't know.
Yeah.
There's Sith troopers and all sorts of stuff nowadays.
Nice.
See, back in the day, it was simple. He just wasn't a Sith. I'm just kidding. Actually, it was more complicated back then.
Next is Star Wars Diehards at Star Wars DH. I love this account. They're great. Sidious needed Orson Krennic eventually.
I like that.
Next is David L. Drennan at DDRen01. And he said, Skywalker, Nemesis, overlooked Kylo's entitlement. Next is Roba Fett at Robin Bosley. And they said, Stormtroopers nervous of killer Ewoks. So I've played that game on Battlefront 2 where it's like you're the Stormtroopers and you're hiding from the Ewoks and you can't see, and it is scary. It is a very scary game. Yes. So if you're an Ewok, you hunt the Stormtroopers, and then if you're a Stormtrooper, it's like stay alive as long as you can.
Is it like Predator?
I've never seen Predator, so that's a bad example.
No, honestly, it would be more like the Stormtroopers are Predator. You're Predator, right? And the Ewoks are Alien. And they're like on the walls.
Oh, wow.
And there's like a ton of them. And you're like...
Yeah, so it's like... It's pitch black. You can't see anything. All you can do is really hear things. You can't see anything. And you only have your flashlight. And it only lasts for a little bit. And it has to recharge. But if you turn your flashlight on to see where you're going, the Ewoks can find you. And then they can see you like broad daylight. So then they're sending like...
Have you never seen this, John? It's crazy.
It's so funny. So then you have to like survive on Endor for a certain period of time. And then a shuttle comes to pick you up. So then you have to move across the map to where the shuttle is. So the Ewoks then attack you. But then if you die early or the forest claims you, as it says, you become an Ewok. So then the Ewoks take over and it's like whoever is left. It's terrifying.
I'm just picturing being in like a dark room and you just hear like, nothing go.
That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. And then they also have
and
a
they're
horn.
coming from like different directions.
Yes, different directions.
And you're looking like you don't know what it's kind of like Call of Duty Zombies.
Yes, it's exactly like that. So then the Ewoks have horns too. So like if there's one near you, it can call everybody else being like, and then you're like, no!
I like that.
And then they're throwing like these like stunner fairy things at you. It's crazy.
Nice.
But it's good. It's
All
fun.
Right.
Next is General Jeremy Myers at OB_JMY_Kenobi. He said, some nobody are Kylo executed. Hells yeah, Jeremy. Great job. That was awesome. Okay, Next is Todd King at Fox Twin, who says, sorry, no origin knowledge ever. The Snoke theories.
Yes.
Next is Canon Junkie at Junkie Cannon, who says, sad, nasty, old Kylo enthusiast. Was he an enthusiast?
Yeah, I guess. He thought he had a lot of power.
From birth.
Yeah.
Yo, I like that he nicknamed him Sad Nasty.
Sad Nasty.
Like, can we make a shirt with like Snoke's face and it just says Sad Nasty on it?
But he has to have like wrap glasses on and like a chain.
Oh yeah.
Like a wrap.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Like a Beastie Boys video.
Yeah.
Speaking of like a rap hip thing, these guys would like totally dig that. Black Series Rebels at Black Series Rebels, but it's black with BLK. Said
so close.
What?
Getting their handle.
Oh yeah, I think it's just too long.
Yeah.
They said some
That's
nobody. Okay, everyone. Like get it.
Good job.
Next is Rick Villanueva at Cad Bane's Bounty. He said, Solo 2 needs our killer enthusiasm. Hashtag make Solo 2 happen. So he added the hashtag, but I appreciate it that you added that in there. And these guys are all dressed up for it today. So, and then last but not least is Goblin Socks, which is just such a good name.
That is a good name.
At Wiggins Andy, and he said sliced navel on Kylo's employer. Ugh. He's in pieces, Goblin Socks.
Oh, that's
Guys,
good.
thank you so much for your answers. If you want to be on the show, make sure to follow us on Twitter at RBATSWNN. And then every week, John puts up some crazy scenario and you give your best answers. And the most creative, funny, interesting answers usually make it on the show. So yeah, back to you, John.
All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks so much for listening, watching, hopefully playing along to Who Are You? We hope you guys enjoyed that game. We'll keep that in the rotation every now and again. But next time, I got my eye on you, Baney. You're going down, buddy.
What? I'm looking to see if Sad Nasty's taken on Twitter.
All right.
It is by Sabrina.
Damn it, Sabrina. How dare you? Yeah. I hope Sabrina's following us. Jeez, Sabrina.
She's not.
Speaking of following us, make sure you guys subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Spotify, YouTube if you're watching. Hey, guys, how are you? A bunch of other formats. Make sure you give us a review on Apple Podcasts. We appreciate that. 5 stars would be wonderful. Make sure you guys head to tpublic.com/user/resistance broadcast if you want some Makes a Little 2 Happen swag and a bunch of other stuff. We have a Patreon page that we've been talking about. If you want to contribute to the show, as you saw in Will of the Force, or on the Patreon Podrace, if you're one of the top generals, early generals, I should say. Unfortunately, those slots are filled. But either way, from Tier 1 to Tier 5, we involve you in the show, and Tier 1 gets you in the door in the Patreon page, patreon.com/resistance broadcast. $2 a month to get page access. We post new stuff on there pretty much every day. Lacey runs the page for us, and we are really passionate about it because we believe in delivering content. It's not just, hey, just be a patron, give us your money. It's no, we want to give you guys great content, and we want to increase our production value and increase the quality of our content. And it's thanks to you guys that we're able to do that. And I want to give a special thanks to our Patreon generals, and that is Carmelo, Brian Shalito, Andrew Staley, Len Brown, Neil Lowry, Jeremy Myers, Neil Shaw, David Probus, and Val Trichkoff. Thank you so much, generals, and thank you to all of our patrons. We really support it. Thanks for being a part of the Resistance. Guys, make sure you always head to StarWarsNewsNet.com. All the news we cover all week on the podcast, we get it from our website. So every day, for all of your latest news, reviews, editorials, information, and more. James Baney, where can people reach you when they want to get the expertise on Star Wars quotes?
As always, say it every week, Twitter and Instagram at Sad Nasty.
Sabrina's going to get all these followers and she's not going to know where they came from.
That's true.
Yeah. She's going to be like, my nail business is just kicking right now.
And Sabrina hates Dragon Ball too, which is crazy.
My nail business?
Look it up.
Go bother James
what you
at
do.
Myra Trunks.
Hashtag nail art.
Yes, Myra Trunks.
Lacey, Sad Nasty 2 or?
Nope.
No.
People can find me on Twitter at Lacey Girl.
Take 2.
Lacey don't know my
action.
last name.
At Lacey Killer. Where my PS4 is broken and it's ruining my life and I can't play Ewok Hunt.
All right. Well, onward and upward. You guys can find me on Twitter at Johnny Hoey and over at StarWarsNewsNet.com. Guys, thank you again so much. We, as always, will be back with you guys on Monday morning with another new episode. So enjoy your weekends. Thanks for being a part of the Resistance. We love you, and we'll see you next time right here on the Resistance broadcast. We'll see you around, kids.